Oh, we have Arpeggio event in store, and you might be like, oh, I want to buy something for myself, right? And yeah, I'm going to upsell it for you. So the excitement is there, and I'm the salesperson. Here's the upsell. Arpeggio is anime, which obviously you've noticed, and you might know what it is. I don't. Arpeggio or Blue Steel, of Blue Steel, Ars Nova. So you already have identified with those characters, and you are going to purchase those characters because you like them. The character that you like more, you purchase more. Getting crates. The crates work in this game that you will get back what you give in 100% covered when you buy this big pack. So 17,000, so it's a 20,000 nominal value, and 20,000 is 4 commanders, 4 times 5, or 1 ship and 1 low tier ship and 1 commander, or skin, low tier ship and 2 commanders. I noticed that this works when you get the big package. Yes, there is Arpeggio 2 and Arpeggio 1. By opening those bundles, you can see the difference. They just started 1 year with this, and the next year they expanded with this. Same with Star Trek. If you get lucky, which it does happen, you buy 20 plus 10, and you will get, which is like 30,000 doubloons nominal value, and you are going to get maybe 3 ships and 2 commanders, much more than you give in. So the game is designed, I believe, because I observe it, and I also know how the coding works. You must understand something about coding. Coding has a human bias into it. People don't create code as a calculators. Once you give a code implication, you're steering it to the certain sector of logic. It's just what it is. So if you buy a lot of these crates, like 20 plus 10, you'll get more out of it than it's the nominal value. Plus, I want to say, I think I said it. Okay, so let's talk about it. Ships. I would look at it through using this format. This is Congo, renamed as Kirishima and put nice coat on it. Same with a yellowish color. Now think about it this way. If you are a person, like this has nothing to do with the anime. Congo isn't a great ship. The on the paper it has accurate guns. It's kind of nimble. It turns well, and the armor is standard. Yet the guns are just inaccurate and they don't punch bunch. Congo isn't something that you will come back to and enjoy it because it's a specific experience to it. And these ships always have slight improvements, tiny improvements, because they cannot copy paste it. They cannot copy paste ships. They started doing copy paste with the skins. This is not a skin, this is just a camo. Camo is that it doesn't change the shape, just the colors. Skin, that it's enhanced or adds shape. So these are just camos. They are a little bit, tiny bit enhanced. And if the Congo isn't good ship to begin with, those wouldn't be good ships either. Atago skin, it's like Atago is for free if you grind this green currency. And then you get this Atago skin if you like it. There's nothing else. Haruna, if you like secondary ships, then Haruna is one of the inspiration that you'll put on each ship because it gives you the range 5%. That's not really it, but it's the dispersion, which means the accuracy. And in a lot of ships, dispersion is that when the ship is bowing to you, running away or coming towards you, if you have more dispersion, which you already have 18 here and 15 here, you add to it another 15 here, those shells won't land, won't miss, won't go into the water, they will still hit the ship. And that's why we all have it, who like to play secondaries. This commander is exactly same as the free-to-play commander. This is added to it and this is added to it. Detectability after firing main guns 10%. You get to just go there and calculate. How long does it take for your ship to... It's a battleship, right? So if you shoot 17 kilometers and your concealment is 13, how long does it take after you shoot so your detection drops back from 17 to 14? And that will be like, I'm not sure, 7 seconds. Now 10% is 0.7. Okay, you get that? And then AA, Japanese don't have a good AA battleships. They don't have a good AA. Good AA is who has a good AA? American, French no, Germans no, Japanese no, British no. I would say British have kind of good too, but US definitely. Italians no. So speccing into the AA, you would need to have like 300% or 200% AA damage to feel it and enjoy and see the effect, okay? So this commander. Now, rather shift time 3%. There are already commanders that give you 5. I think it's the Azure Line Baltimore. So this is if you want to play Hyper style. Hyper is a YouTuber that was speccing those ships into rudder only. So he just wanted ships to turn so he can dodge shells, like a Tokyo Drift. So he made it into the ships. So there is plenty commanders. 3% is not better than 5. Okay, and then the special thing about this is everything else is same. Special thing is traverse speed guns and range 5%. Yeah, you get it. Get it for cruisers who have a 5% range, which is like 400 meters, 500. Yeah, get it. And then you have to use this one. And then you will be long range sniper. The Japanese cruisers have slow turrets, so you will appreciate maybe to have a little bit more traverse speed on those guns. And of course, if you have 3% more rudder shift, you will be helping your guns to aim a target by turning your ship. So yeah. Next we have this guy. So this guy is basically have everything same as the regular Tanaka, yet he has got here 2% more reload time and in the special perk 16%. So that's 18%, which means that you will get like 8 seconds more reload speed on Japanese destroyers. And that's fun. Because the most powerful, most effective perk on torpedo destroyer is reload. So get it if you like them, those Japanese torpedo boats. Just the fact, in order for this to not be obvious this overpowered, they reduced 15% damage for your ships. So Tanaka gives you 15% more damage on torpedoes compared to this guy. Tanaka is for free. I got this thing for carrier, but I sold the carrier. So this is about restoration time 5%. I mean, if your restoration time is 30 seconds and 10% is 3 seconds, 5% is 1.5. Like, even if it's like 5 seconds more, is it really 5 seconds more on aircrafts? And that works only if you are hitting everything well. Because having more airplanes and often means that it helps you to have more in a late game, a bit more aircrafts, like not 2 but 3, and then you can cause more damage. So it's fundamental about this perk is that you're already playing the carriers as a pro. Is there anything else? This, maybe? Or this? Yeah, airspeed is probably good. But playing, you get to learn about those carriers first in order to appreciate those perks. Okay, next. Musashi. Well, Musashi is like a Yamato with a clean deck. And it has this overmatch on front guns. And this is worth to get. It's a strong ship. You will feel it. I would say it's a top 5 battleships at tier 8. Okay, that's how strong it is. Haguro. So Haguro and Nachi, as you can see, these are colorful mogamis, Mayokos. Mayoko is a good ship. I liked it. I'm not playing it because the guns turn too slow for me. They're very slow. So this ship can be very fast if you spec into the speed, like 40 knots. And the citadel on this is like, as you can see, it can be hit hard. Yeah, the ship is very thin. And the citadel is trolley. Sometimes you get smacked, sometimes you don't. It's a 50-50 casino. So these ships, let's look at them. I know that the red one is for fire and the green one is for AP. Commander's bundle? No, this bundle. $15.6, 2.1 shell grouping. That looks accurate. 13.5, 2 shell grouping. See how better this red ship from the store is? Fire setting chest is same. 17 HE damage was 3-3. And fire setting chance here is 17 and HE is 360. So 3-3 and 360 is not much difference. What is difference is that it has much longer range. So you can stay in the back and punch battleships and everything with your HE. It's a good ship. And shell grouping 2.1, you will appreciate it when you want to citadel something with AP at close range, which means you will hit one more citadel. Basically what it is. This ship is worth to play instead of the Mayoko. It's just better Mayoko and the range is great. Range is important for cruisers. I would say that shell grouping and dispersion reload again. Reload would be the most important thing on a cruiser. Okay, Nachi is AP. So this ship recently got improved. This little hidden statistics. 55-70, which means that when you shoot the AP and somebody is turning away from you, you still have a 1 or 2 seconds where your AP will hit and not ricochet. High damage or AP shells too. So this is improved Miyako that will be shooting AP. Think about it, if you think about it also, these Miyako ships don't turn the turrets. This is too slow. So you will be turning the ship a lot, and having good AP, you'll be focusing on battleship superstructures, shooting above the deck. Do you have a range on this one too? You don't. So this is a little bit tricky. What is the reload time? 10 seconds. It's a little bit tricky because this ship doesn't help you to harvest the situation where you have few seconds opportunity to shoot something. It's very not supportive. They buffed it, but it's more like a desperation because nobody probably hit anything. And when you hit something, at least you have some juicy damage. Yet there is going to be little situations where you will find this to be helpful. You will be probably going flank alone and putting it into the concealment, and then just surprise somebody with few salvos of AP. Okay, what do we have? Oh, and the commander. So we have a... I don't know. So if you like it, you'll probably get it. So Yamato, this one, is having this one and that one. So this one called long R blah blah blah. So main battery range 2%. If you have 18 kilometers, base range is like 17 or one. Let's say 1.6 is 10%. Right, 5% would be 0.8, and half of it would be 0.4. This will be like this will get you 0.3 or 300 400 meters after you put tons of resources into this. So put it maximum upgrade. Main battery show damage that travel over 10 kilometers, which is everything in Japanese battleships. Japanese battleships have intentionally formula of accuracy that says that if you shoot long range, you have better accuracy than if you shoot short range. So you want to stay away with the Japanese battleships. This is helping it. It says, yes, by the way, don't go under 10 kilometers. Duh. So 3% shell damage. It's good if you want to feel better about it. It's probably better than the Takeo. The Takeo is having heal. If you get for free, this one is giving you a little bit more damage. There's a lot of damage on Japanese battleships. So yeah, it's good. If you like this person, you will like this too. And traverse speed, yeah. Japanese battleships are not super quick. So you will appreciate it. Dispersion 2%. I'm not sure you will feel the difference, but any kick will help you. You will see. You will if you play a lot these battleships, and you will learn the trajectories and the RNG how it works. You will feel sometimes, and you will recognize this is better. So definitely, if you're a battleship lover, this is a good commander for it. So you can enjoy it more often, or just feel better about your ships that you already enjoy. Musashi says that it's the same thing. It just had this thing and it's got this thing. Main battery share dispersion while observation. So this is awesome because the main battery dispersion for the seaplane. What am I saying? The seaplane thingy. So let's go Nagato. Does it? It it doesn't have a seaplane. Amagi has the seaplane. This is the seaplane. So it lasts 30 seconds, and the reload on those guns is 30 seconds. So you have one shot and one salvo. So you hold on, it's not really one shot. What you will do, you will do the trick to tack it there. So what's going to happen is that you shoot, and right before the shells land, let's say 2 seconds, you will pop the seaplane on, which will reduce the dispersion a little bit, and then hold on, and then you wait 27 seconds in the Sensamaki or 25. And then you shoot as you have just shot. This perk, the seaplane will come back, and your shells, and you have second salvo of shells. That's going to have better dispersion. Dispersion is um, when ships are not broadside for those shells to land. It's basically it. Which is good for, what is it called? Yamato? Because Yamato, when you are close range and it has this overmatch, which means you completely imagine there is no bow and you just imagine your head what is the citadel and you aim for the citadel and ignore the facet of the bow, and then you pop the seaplane on and you get 8% more. That's great. You will appreciate that. And then it says shell fuse longer time leads to lower chances of citadel. Battleship's AP shell fuse time is mine is 3/4 with this perk. what is it? Longer time leads to lower chances of citadel hit. So how does the fuse work? There is a certain number. It's 0.0 something. When the shell goes inside a ship, the ship is wide. It has some width. Let's say 50 meters. I'm not sure. During this 50 meters, the shell, the moment it hits the armor, it initiates a fuse time. It starts by the impact, like crack. And as it travels through this 50 meters, it has a certain time until it detonates, like a delay. It's called fuse time. So if you shorten it, it can exploit while it's still inside this ship within this 50 meters. If the time is higher, then the shell will just go outside of the ship through the other side of the ship and explode in the water, which means no explosion inside the ship causing no damage. That's the idea. I don't want to concretely go and calculate it yet. Obviously, it's going to work, otherwise, they wouldn't be putting it there. And you can see observation C play duration is 25%, which is 30 seconds. 15 seconds would be 50%. So 7 seconds more, which means you have a little more time to aim. You don't have to immediately click after reload. You also can like pop the seaplane earlier, which will a little bit increase the dispersion because the, the shells are more accurate the earlier you narrow them to the target. So this commander is even better for the high tier Japanese battleships. Alright, two more. So this thing is giving cruiser speed. 2% is nothing. When I do full speed cruisers, which is Amagi is amazing example. Amagi in Cataluna. You put everything into the speed and you go 43 in a cruiser. So Amagi, you can have a 9 kilometers concealment. Sorry, not Amagi. Amalfi, the Italian one, tier 7. 9 kilometers concealment. And you zoom 40, 41, 42, almost 42 knots. It's fun in this sense. So 2% is okay, yet there is nothing else about speed. Oh, hold on. Then you have to put this on so you can feel it, which you actually will do. There's you have the accuracy here, which I would probably take. And then what is this? A ricochet angle of the AP shells. Yeah, so this is for this green Mayako ship. Increases even more, which you will want to do, so you have a richer experience, which means more often the experience accumulate and you will more often live it and more often enjoy it. So you put this on, which is again great for the gun traverse speed. You have to put it. Those are extremely slow. Even with this, it's too much. So I saw that. Yeah, so you put this on, speed, inspiration, this speed. Then you put the German commander for another speed, and probably you will take the concealment commander and you speed around. And you probably put this on because you will go alone. Or if you want to be teammate and go with battleships, put this on. So this is kind of commander specifically for this ship. And Haguro 1% ACE shell is not much. You want to have 3% at 3%, 2%. Well, I guess it's something, yeah. So if you want to go 1% here and 3% range on a cruiser, again 300 meters, then you will go this one, so you can like amplify it. You go 3% here, 10% here, or you go, obviously you go HE fire starting chance and here, which will take down the range. Yet, for example, this one is a very biggest extreme range, I would say. So you don't need more range, right? So obviously you go fire setting chance, and you go this fire setting chance. You will not go speed, you will not go turn, and then you have this, which is what? Show damage on Japanese cruiser. Mwah, you want that? Penetration of HE shell of your cruiser. Oh, okay. These tweaks about penetration. How does it work? Normally, you will penetrate what you should penetrate. It's okay. Sometimes there is certain small amount of ship where you can't. For example, light cruisers. If you increase this, you can penetrate them after. Or there is one or two battleships who have better deck, and you put 60% HE penetration cruiser, and you don't shatter. It's tailored to specific situations where other people who shatter, you don't. And then well, if you want to start fires, you want to have great dispersion, so you'll put this on, and then you'll put this on. This is basically this. It cancels it. Or if you go first half of the match with battleship and you just be with it, this perk will give you the 10%, which you will not have with this perk because you will go into the fire setting chance. So this ship is good. This commander is good for Japanese cruisers. Definitely. Is there anything else here? No. Alright, I hope you enjoy it. And go by yourself and treat yourself kindly. Have fun.